여러분 안녕하세요. 그리고 엘랑이들 정말 반갑습니다. 새로운 그런 환경에서 인사하게 되네요. 여기 어디냐? 바로 저희 집이에요. 네, 실제로 사는 집에서 이렇게 인사하게 됐는데요. 약속해드린 대로 오랫동안 저희 유튜브에서 더 다양한 그런 모습들 보여드리기 위해 많이 고민을 하고 고민 끝에서 한번 오늘 시도를 해봅니다. 개인적으로 생긴 일에 영감을 받아서 여러분들에게 오늘 그리고 앞으로도 원하시면 어떤 이야기를 얘기해 줄 거예요. I'm going to tell you a story. 얼마 전에 저와 좀 오랫동안 미국에서 조카들이 와가지고 같이 생활을 할 수 있었어요. 밥 먹고 TV 보는 그런 또 재미가 있었는데 같이 가족끼리 볼 수 있는 걸 고민하다가 어떤 재미있는 미드를 보게 됐는데요. 이 미드의 배경은요. 예전에 유명한 동화를 가지고 좀 재해석하는 그런 이야기의 미드가 있어요. 제가 알게 된 사실은 너무 놀라워요. 요즘 아이들은 그런 동화들 잘 몰라요. 무슨 애니메이션 영화에 나온 그런 주인공들이 아니면 잭과 콩나무 아니면 뭐 곰 3마리 이렇게 모르더라고요. 근데 이제 조카들이 다시 미국으로 돌아갔거든요. 그래서 이제 없는 동안에는 보고 싶은 마음에 영상통화로 그러면 그동안 못 들었던 동화들 이모가 이렇게 이야기해 줄게 하는 그 아이디어에 조카들만 아니라 또 많은 사람들이 또 이거를 즐겁게 볼 수 있지 않을까? 제 바람에 한번 유튜브를 통해서 동화 듣고 싶은 그런 사람들, 영어 조금 리스닝 공부하고 싶으신 그런 분들, 아니면 그냥 재미있는 이야기를 듣고 싶어 하는 모든 분들에게 이렇게 이야기를 하겠습니다. 처음 준비한 스토리입니다. 동화, 이야기, 그냥 스토리 하는 게 제일 편할 것 같아서 앞으로도 스토리라고 부를게요. 이 내용은 실제로 조카가 학교 숙제에서 나온 Goldilocks and the Three Bears, 골디락스라는 소녀와 곰 3마리의 이야기인데요. 그거에 대해서 뭔가 질문이 나왔는데 그 동화를 몰라서 그 질문을 못 풀었다고 합니다. 그래서 처음으로 준비한 스토리는 바로 골디락스와 곰 3마리. 자, 시작하겠습니다. Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Once upon a time there were 3 bears who lived together in a house of their own in a wood. There was the great big father bear and the middle-sized mother bear and a little wee baby bear. One day, after they had made porridge for their breakfast and poured it into their bowls, they went for a walk in the wood while the porridge was cooling, so that they might not burn their mouths by eating too soon, for they were polite, well-brought-up bears. While they were away, a little girl called Goldilocks, who had been sent on an errand by her mother, passed by the house and looked in at the window. Seeing nobody inside, she lifted the latch, for she was not at all a well-brought-up little girl. The door was not locked because the bears were good bears, who did nobody any harm and never suspected that anybody would harm them. So, Goldilocks opened the door and went in, and how pleased she was when she saw the porridge on the table. If she had been a well-brought-up little girl, she would have waited till the bears came home, and then perhaps they would have asked her to breakfast. But she was an impudent, rude little girl, so she decided to just help herself. First, she tasted the porridge of the father bear, and that was too hot for her. Next, she tasted the porridge of the mother bear, but that was too cold for her. And then she tasted the porridge of the baby bear, and that was neither too hot nor too cold, but just right. And she liked it so much that she ate it all up, every bit. Then Goldilocks, who was tired after eating, tried to sit in the chair of the great big father bear. But that chair was much too big and much too wide for her. So then she sat down in the middle-sized chair of the mother bear, which was better, but still it was too high. Her feet could not touch the ground. But when she sat down in the little wee chair of the baby bear, well, that was neither too wide nor too high, but just right. So she seated herself in it, and there she sat till the bottom fell out and crash, the whole chair fell into pieces. Now, being determined to rest, Goldilocks went upstairs where the three bears slept. First, she lay down upon the great big bed of the father bear, but that bed was much too firm. Next, she lay down upon the middle-sized bed of the mother bear, but that was too soft for her. Finally, she lay down upon the little bed of the baby bear, and that was neither too firm nor too soft, but just right. So she covered herself up comfortably and fell fast asleep. Soon, the three bears returned home. Careless Goldilocks had left the spoon of the father bear standing in his porridge. "Somebody has been at my porridge," said the father bear in his great, rough, gruff voice. Then the mother bear looked at her porridge and saw the spoon standing in it too. "Somebody has been at my porridge," said the mother bear in her soft, gentle voice. Then the baby bear looked at his, and there was the spoon in the bowl, but the porridge was all gone. "Somebody has been at my porridge and has eaten it all up," said the baby bear in his squeaky baby voice. Upon this, the three bears, seeing that someone had entered their house and eaten baby bear's breakfast, began to look about them. The father bear looked at his big, wide chair and said in his great, rough, gruff voice, "Somebody has been sitting in my chair." The mother bear then spied her own chair and in a gentle voice sighed, "Somebody has been sitting in my chair." And then the baby bear cried out in his squeaky baby voice, "Somebody has been sitting in my chair and it's all broken to pieces." Well, then the three bears rushed upstairs to their bedroom. Now, Goldilocks had tossed Father Bear's pillow out of its place. "Somebody has been lying in my bed," said the father bear in his great, rough, gruff voice. And Goldilocks had rumpled the blanket of the mother bear. "Somebody has been lying in my bed," said the mother bear in her soft, gentle voice. But when the baby bear came to look at his bed, well, there was the blanket in its place, and the pillow was in its place, and upon the pillow, there was Goldilocks' yellow head, which was not in its place, for she had no business there. "Somebody has been lying in my bed, and here she is still," said the baby bear in his squeaky baby voice. Now, Goldilocks had heard in her sleep the great, rough, gruff voice of the father bear, but she was so fast asleep that it was no more to her than the roaring of wind or the rumbling of thunder. and she had heard the soft, gentle voice of the mother bear, but it was only as if she had heard someone speaking in a dream. But when she heard the squeaky baby voice of the baby bear, well, it was so sharp and shrill that it wakened her at once. Up she started, and when she saw the three bears on one side of the bed, she tumbled herself out at the other and ran to the open window. And from that window, naughty, frightened little Goldilocks jumped. And whether she broke a bone in the fall, or ran into the wood and was lost there, or found her way out of the wood and got scolded for being a bad girl, no one can say. But the three bears never saw anything more of her. The end. 자, 어떠셨어요? Goldilocks and the Three Bears. 외국에서는 꽤 유명한 동화예요. 저도 어렸을 때도 많이 들었던 동화이고 우리나라까지는 그렇게 흔히 알려진 동화는 아니지만 근데 곰 세 마리라는 동요가 있다는 걸로 거기까지는 알고 있는데요. 이 동화에서 곰 세 마리에 대한 이야기를 영감을 받고 동요가 만들어지지 않았을까? 뭔가에 좀 연관된 그런 외국에서 유명한 그런 동화 알려드렸는데 재밌게 들으셨는지. 그럼 다음 스토리에서 만나요.